people are of the view that maybe it's the only time you're ever going to get married. You might as well go show up and make it a memorable one. And so, Councillor George Lutterodt is here, as well as his arch nemesis.
As well as my boy.
As well as your boy.
Yes.
Are you kidding me? Who's
I
boy?
see. I miss you guys though.
Yeah,
How you
I
doing?
miss you too.
You're forgiven. You're forgiven.
I mean, luckily enough, last week
you
when
are
you were
cleansed
not
from
here,
all unrighteousness.
he was also not here.
he
Deliberately, because I could. I mean, you're the one
And
who told
I was
me to
very
calm down
excited
when it has to. I was so glad I didn't
because-
come. If I had come, fireworks.
Because when he sees you, he commits a lot of fornication. So,
oh Lord,
I wanted him to be here, but he didn't come. You know, you are the reason why. No,
receive.
no, you are the reason.
Receive
You are the reason why he
grace
comes.
and
But
mercy
think
for
well, because
forgiveness.
he cannot offer the type of wedding you are expecting. So don't bring such a thing home.
I'm expecting.
Don't bring such a thing home.
What do you want? What are you?
No, you have
expecting?
waited too long to get us just anything. Oh,
You and who?
oh my sister, we have set the pace for you better.
So funny enough,
Because you've not joined the Bowan group, so then do something sensible.
What do you mean?
The B1, B2, you are not there. Or you are planning to do that. Like I will curse you with one or now.
Well, this is not about me. This is about.
Hey, it's about you. No need your human knock here.
There's a lady
What are you
who
talking
has a
about?
problem. Her family wants a big wedding.
Right.
She also clearly wants a big wedding, but her man first says, "Let's sign." Now he says, "Okay, if you want a wedding, let's go ahead, but I only want 100 invited guests." I thought that was even too much. Because
Bella,
for someone who wants to sign, I thought he would opt for maybe 50 guests, and that would be it.
the question we should ask is: big wedding for what? To achieve what? So that what would happen?
It's a celebration.
Yes, celebration. Yes, but why a big wedding?
Because
why a celebrity wedding? Why what other word can we use? Why blow money even if you have it?
Because I have it. I have more.
Yes, but what do you want to achieve?
What is a wedding meant to achieve first?
A wedding
Let's
is
establish
meant
that.
to celebrate the joining of two people, a man and a woman, in holy matrimony, and so they're throwing a party to that effect.
There's no holy matrimony. In matrimony, don't say holy
In
matrimony.
matrimony,
Well,
holy
well,
matrimony.
There's nothing holy
They are
about
getting-
matrimony. It's matrimony.
Hello.
Counselor, let him speak.
They are getting married.
These are
They
missed calls.
want to celebrate. If you have the money, you genuinely have the money, blow it. How you want to blow it. As long as you have cost in mind, where cost means being prudent. No matter how wealthy you are, you don't blow money because money is available. You spend money because you are prudent enough to know that an account has been apportioned to that.
Hold on. So let me give this scenario.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So a couple is married for maybe 20, 30 years. They
Yes.
struggle before they have a child.
Yes.
God blesses them with a daughter or a
Yes.
son.
Yes.
Now this child grows up. They are so happy. They spend on this child because this is a blessing to them. And their child finally is going to get married. And they have all the money in the world. Are you telling them that even though they have all the money,
That's not what I'm
they
telling
should
them.
be prudent?
I am
in how
telling
they
them
spend? This is their
as
only
long.
child.
Did you know
what
His
is
Excellency
prudence?
the President attended
What
the
is
wedding ceremony
prudence?
of the daughter of Dangote? The
Listen,
guy says
Bill Gates
no
was
man.
available.
Even Bill Gates was there.
there. I
No
know.
man
See,
can-
No
listen,
man
listen.
can remember. Poverty
Prudence-
mentality.
hold on.
Futa.
Hello.
Baby, akle.
Prudence is not
better know
about
you.
whether Bill Gates came for your wedding or not.
Oh,
Bill Gates can come to your wedding
Uh-huh.
for a reason.
for what reason?
For what reason?
There are many reasons.
Give
why
me
you should
two.
bring Bill
Give me
Gates to
two.
your
The
wedding.
reason why
Give
Bill
me
Gates
two.
would come to your
You
wedding
know, you
to
are-
your wedding,
because
exactly.
you play in the same league.
Certainly.
Yes.
Hold on.
You are within the category.
Please play by sizes.
No, you are within the category.
Exactly. I don't have
The
an
tissues
issue with
are
a-
unique,
with a flamboyant
expensive
wedding.
tissue.
Do you
Even-
know that
Hold on,
prudence?
Counselor.
Hello,
Now, let him land on this
prudence.
Sure.
Why do you never allow me land on
Okay,
this show?
Kelly, go ahead.
You have a landing problem.
You have a
No, you see, you can't even land.
Prudence is relative. What prudence is to you might not be what prudence is to this.
But we have general prudence.
Prudence is living within means most preferable.
By who?
Where prefer? Oh, listen.
Okay, Kelly, land on this. So
I don't
Land,
have a
oh,
problem with
land. My
people
brother, land. My
spending
brother, land.
whatever.
You're hungry. Land.
Yeah.
I just believe that no matter how wealthy I am, there's an account apportioned for every expenditure. And as long as you don't cross the budget of your expenditure, you are prudent. Okay. So if you spend $1 billion on a wedding
when
that you have planned, exactly, do that.
Oh
that
my God.
Is just a drop in the
exactly.
Oh God.
So what is prudent? What prudence is to Bill Gates is not what prudence is to a Dangote.
But a Dangote and Bill Gates, they are in the same league.
They might not exactly be. They are not exactly
Is Dangote not the richest African in the world?
In Africa.
In the world?
And Bill Gates is the richest man where?
In the world, yes.
Exactly. Then they are still not colleagues, but they fly in a certain category. What I'm saying is this.
The cost of a wedding in Africa will be less.
What I'm saying is this. Spend whatever you want to spend.
Okay.
But plan for it.
Okay.
Planning brings the prudence.
Okay.
As long as planning is involved, you are fine. Spend anything. Okay. But don't spend to impress, even if you have. Because you're getting nothing. Even if you can afford it, why spend money to impress somebody? If you are wealthy, you're wealthy. Nobody needs to know you're wealthy. As a matter of fact, do you know that when really wealthy...
Hey, so you will learn.
Hold on.
You see why?
Do you know that?
Okay.
When really
let me pretend I'm sleeping.
Have birthdays and all of
because
that.
Because you are
so
small,
so tiny in just a saucer. So I'm not saying that the bigger cakes matter less or more. I'm just saying that moderacy, regardless of your position, must be considered. That's all.
Yes.
Come in.
Thank you. I'm coming in. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the time we started the show. What you were hearing was not on air. We just came back on air. But wait, listen carefully. The story you narrated.
I'll keep praying for you.
There's so many. Don't stop praying because I pay for the prayer. Listen carefully.
Pay who?
Listen carefully. Oh, don't even tell you. Don't caution you. You'll keep quiet at the right time. But wait, listen carefully. Watch here. The story you narrated to us. There are errors we have to correct. And that is where the problem is. And these people, this category of people in our country who are leading that trouble in the letter you read must hear this. In the first place, in Ghana, there is nothing called Christian marriage. So my church say, the pastors are the burdens for these mediocre weddings that girls go and cry after. Or magnificent wedding that they regret because of their preaching. And in life, they say, if money is the root of all evil, oh my God, poverty should never be an option for you. If you meet a man and he has all the money, drop the money, because in life there are only three segments to our life. We have the body, the soul, and the spirit. So when you are born, there's a naming ceremony. When you're getting married, that's where it's another event. And the last event that we all respect is death. Which when I go, I'll come back to TV3 every morning show. When the person is sitting down my chair, oh my God, my turn. I feel the council like you on the job. What I mean is that it's a 3 event. Now, the third most important event, you don't choose what to wear. Even when you buy a tomb, the family has right to change it. So it means that you don't make decisions. When you are born, the name for you is waiting. You don't make decisions. My dear, the only time decision making is relevant and important in your life is when you make a decision to be marrying in particular colors, particular dress. Bella, the laws of the country doesn't cover the numerical strength of the eaters at your wedding. The laws of the land that doesn't have church marriage. Remember, Ghana, we don't have church marriage. Okay. We have civil union. And the civil union that you want to sign, the rules governing it is that you should not be married to any other person. But when you want to nullify your traditional marriage, you can come. So the weddings you see, the structures we form, they are dreams that we want to see. People are watching. Is it Bishop Ajansari?
People.
I think it's Bishop Ajansari.
People are watching.
Who came back to celebrate a wedding ceremony because then, and between her speech and the wife, when we were having the wedding, some of the things that were supposed to be there, it was not there because Afe Noko Naka representing Noko. So they came back to do something now that will be fitting to see the pictures in the sitting room. So there are people today who see their picture in the sitting room of their own city hall and they look at, hey, what is this? That alone is. You talk about how was your wedding, and they can't talk because when they cast their mind back, there is nothing but it was Akor Blega, it was Mokwatale Nama. It was not because they can't afford it, but the church is the problem. They make you believe that the marriage is a church wedding. So follow the rules in the church. There's a church, is it Pentecost church? They took reception out of the thing. I have what it takes. Yes.
Of wedding?
Yes. So right now, if you do weddings in their place, they don't even have premises for you to have reception. You can go and have it elsewhere, but not them.
Oh, but other churches, I mean, you can still go and have your reception elsewhere.
No, but their own is a standard. Other churches, because you don't have the venue.
Okay.
You understand? Other churches, because you don't have the venue.
I'm now finding
But their own, that was what the law was. So you don't really want to. They say it's a bedding, is this, is that. What is bedding if I decide? And look, there are times that you don't know why people are having flamboyant weddings. Bella, as you are sitting, if you marry just anything, you will laugh at you.
You and who?
Hey!
And what do you mean anything?
Oh, but I mean,
But marriage is between two people, like Kelly said.
No,
Marriage
that one, you see, one of the things you know is that marriage is not about two people. Keep that one out of your range.
Marriage is about who?
Exactly,
No, okay, so now here, the two of you must learn now.
Begin to consider people.
Now listen.
How these people will feel, how that person will feel, what this person has to say about my
Bella, are you
wedding.
married?
What do we want?
Bella, are you married? Bella, are you married?
do we?
Okay, so how do we know they are not married?
What do
the
we
public,
want?
we are aware you are not married.
What
Bella, when
is-
you marry, will we know?
Well,
You may not need to know.
Let me tell you
Bella,
something.
you owe us.
No,
Listen,
Bella,
she
you
owes
owe
nobody.
us.
That's the
People
point I'm
in
trying
this
to make.
country
You
are
don't
married.
need, and nobody even
And
knows they're
only
still
a
married.
few people
Okay,
know
so
they're married.
yes,
it's
still,
taking
it is
them
not
years.
between the two of them.
Yes, they are.
No.
Yes, they are up there.
Still, it's not between the
Listen,
two of them.
It's not just about two.
Hello?
but
Oh, you are changing your mind.
No,
Hold
I'm not
on.
changing my mind.
I change your mouth.
It's quite chaotic
listen,
here. Let's have
listen,
one person
listen.
speak.
So I'm the one speaking. I have not landed.
Let
Okay.
Councillor land.
Keep your beard
Land.
and your dry hair because we are no bemu. Listen,
Land.
God.
your hair is not dry. I don't know why. Formerly it was Kelly. Now let's go ahead. What you hear? Carefully. Marriage is not between two people. That
It's
statement
between
to stop.
two families.
It's between two families, and as large as the family is, that is how large your marriage is.
But it should
So
be
what?
about your pocket too.
No, you see what it is. As large as the family is. So if you want the tree for marriage, if I make a decision to marry you, the first thing is that it's the family that is making the decision to come and marry you.
The man's family is deciding to.
When I decide today to marry Bella, it is not me. It's the family's decision to marry Bella.
Okay.
That is why everything we do is family.
Okay. I'm in love with someone. You're telling me
You are point of correction. No woman can be in love, but a man is in love with you.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is that I'm in love with you. I want to come and marry you. It is the family that comes to marry you.
I see.
And once the family comes to marry you, remember it is not two. That is why if I marry you today and there's a conflict between the two of us, my mother cannot call you to talk to you about the conflict.
Because the marriage is between you and I.
Because the marriage is between two families.
Oh, goodness.
Hello?
Okay, you
No,
also
learn
do
this.
this.
Learn this. Conflict resolution in marriage. The reason why we are not having peace of mind is that when I offend you, you take me to your pastor. All right? Or you go and report me to my mother. You don't have that right. It is the two families that have right to bring the two of us together. So it is about families. So stop thinking that thing is about the two of us, it's about the two of us. That is why families come in to help. The original manuscript for even the weddings that we are going to copy under the ordinance, which reception is not part of the legal things. The legal things involves you, the place, who is gazetted to do it for you, and those witnesses that are qualified, and declaration of bonds. These are the things. And after it, are you aware that you may kiss the bride? It's an illegal thing. Are you aware? You may kiss the bride. It's an illegal thing. Because when I exchange vows with you inside the church, and when we finish, that we are now going to sign. I don't have right to kiss you.
So the kissing should come after signing.
When I, as a marriage officer, now declare you husband and wife, the right to kiss is there. So most they have not learned, they are making mistakes.
Okay.
So you see, this marriage thing, whether it's big or it's small, as we keep saying, monkeys play by what? Sizes. So the request of the girl is wrong. Why? Because it says that my church.
And her parents.
No, my church.
Yeah, and then she said.
Number two, when your parents are coming in, there are role plays for the parents. The sponsoring of what goes on in wedding is the woman's family, not the man's family.
Bella,
Hold on.
this is the truth.
Let's take a break. I'll be back. So Kelly
Break
can
him.
speak as
Congratulations.
well, and then
Break him.
We'll expatiate on this. So keep watching.
Break
We're
him.
asking, would you rather go for a small wedding or a big wedding?
Poverty is what leads you to go for small weddings. I don't think if you are rich, you'll be thinking about small weddings, big weddings. Your cake is 10. All the celebrities you see in town who says that I'm doing a secret wedding and I don't want anybody to come, they are poor people in their mind. They are very, very poor people in their mind. They don't have what it takes. No, but you see, it's once in a lifetime. It's once in a lifetime. You can decide to divorce and marry again. But what I'm saying is that the secret in life is that when you're celebrating your wedding, it should be celebrated. After the ring, the next thing is celebration.
The way you choose.
You see, don't become a disgraceful person like Jesus Christ, who befriended people who were poor. That at the end of the day, when the wedding was happening, they short of wine because they didn't plan. You see, you need to plan for it because Jesus Christ shouldn't come to you. The whole Jesus Christ came to your wedding and you were short of wine. It is a lack of preparation. And when you follow people like that, you think that it's a reception. It was not a wedding. We are discussing the reception here. How should it be? You are receiving people. People have wasted or spent their hours with you, and they want to come and celebrate you marrying Mr. and Mrs. Kobe, and then all you do is that take water and go. If you are poor, don't do it. Serve us with cutlery sets.
You do what you can.
So what I can do means that nobody can call anything big wedding in this country. No, so we have poor weddings and we have rich weddings. There's nothing called. So we have poor weddings. It's poor. No, that's not. It's two things. Either the marriage is poor or it's a rich man's wedding.
But depends.
Depends on what.
So sometimes, no. So rich wedding, when you go to
They are stingy people. They are not rich. They are stingy people.
No.
That you have what it takes. Your son is getting married and you do the thing like what? Like wopesu. Please. Once you have what it takes, flash the money.
There are some places that have been gazetted.
It's not decision, it's poverty.
They have the money.
They don't have. How do we know you have money?
Listen, if you have money,
how do we know you have money?
No.
Death, my brother, death, birthdays, these things are where we see the exhibition of your money.
Hey,
Oh, Charlie, Obama, you go to a wedding and everybody gets a mug. Remembrance of whatever it is.
Yes,
Obama.
mug. I'm your iPhone.
A brand mug. The iPhone. Bella, you
can.
can.
See how the Nigerians share gifts.
Bella, I'm saying that the boys in Ghana cannot marry you.
To what end?
So go and marry a Nigerian who can even steal the money to marry you. If you marry anybody who's even doing sakawa and the money is flowing, it's better. Obama Shika. What a trickling money in your mouth.
Listen, you can do like
hey,
a
look.
wedding. Very classy.
Don't marry because of love. Marry because of money, and the love will come.
A big wedding is about.
It's not always about the numbers.
I said marry because of money.
About the numbers.
It can be even
And the love will come.
A big wedding is about who is important in your heart who attended.
Who is that important? Poor people.
A big wedding
Poor people
is about the most important people in your life who were able to make it. I knew they had one coming here. It's okay. No problem.
no, but
I knew. Did you hug me? Did you hug me?
Oh, see, erectile dysfunction. Erectile dysfunction.
Yes, I am back. Don't mind this. You see,
yes.
The foolishness in this guy's mouth.
It's poverty.
Stop talking. Listen to me. Learn from
it's
me.
Poverty.
Hello, learn from me.
He cares about you.
A lot of pastors are saying that if you don't
not
have
just
money in
anybody.
church,
That is wrong. I don't believe in it. Master, I'm not an Orthodox pastor. I'm not like that.
so it's supposed to be at a gazetted place.
Bella, give me a pen. Can I have a pen?
We're coming.
It's poverty. Oh, yeah.
All right, so Councillor Lutterodt is saying that it's poverty mentality if you say you don't want to have a big wedding, or people should not have a big wedding. Kelly Daniels, however, says that you can have what kind of wedding you want, especially if you're being careful about how much you spend, regardless of how rich you are. But I don't know about you, so I'm going on Facebook to find out what you think, and you can send us your messages as well. Would you prefer a big wedding or a small wedding? Michael Kwame says small in terms of size or cost, or big in terms of numbers and cost. Because top celebs in Hollywood always do small weddings, but the cost alone is like feeding the whole of a crowd. You have a point. And I was going to ask them that we need to define what a big wedding and a small
Thank
wedding
you.
is.
You come for the definition.
Sebastian says, wedding isn't about making it big or small, whether you're rich or poor. The main idea here is to have a lovely home and to live well as husband and wife, and not spend so much on a wedding and afterwards not be at peace with each other. Mami Abena Safwa says there's never an award for anyone in this world as a beautiful wedding or whatever.
Oh, it's coming.
So
My
why
award
should I
system
do
is
a
coming.
bigger one
I want to
beyond
begin
my
to
needs
award.
in Safa?
Bella, wait there.
After the ceremony,
And
what we
enjoy
really
my award.
call
We have to
marriage.
award people. Some marriages are
Because
awarded.
James says a lot plan for their weddings but fail to plan for the marriage itself.
Okay.
Like going to school without having a plan.
Yeah.
After a few months at lectures, you plan opting out because you know the seat top.
Which is normal. It means you've gone to the school and out. It's normal.
Keep quiet. Let the guy read.
It's all about financial.
I mean, I'm following the reading.
Let
Your
her read.
family
Keep quiet.
supports you, and you're sure you will not incur debt. When then you can go ahead. On the other hand, if you're not rich enough to spend your early millions on an occasion that will deteriorate your financial strength, then you must invest in something first.
Like what?
And
Pottery
do
farm.
a small marriage ceremony that may cost you nothing or very little. I know someone who bought a land and built a single-room self-contained and invested in his wife's salon business. They had a simple marriage attended by 12 relatives, and they went to sign at the assembly for their marriage certificate. The lady's making more money now to support her husband, and they plan on doing a bigger anniversary.
What
You
an
can
error.
see-
You are not planning to do
Hold on.
anniversary.
You can see that they understand each other
Kai,
and
oh,
sincere
here
to
for you.
themselves about their background. and
These are two
financial
poor people
strength.
who have now seen money.
So first of all, can we go ahead and define
Poor
what
people.
a big wedding is?
Yes.
Bella.
Yes.
What
And as
we
I
must-
define.
And I said, I can't
Hello.
really tell us what kind of wedding. If
No,
you didn't
no,
have a poverty
no,
mentality
hold on,
wedding.
hold on.
I'll show
Really?
you. I
do not-
thousand here.
I am
What's
talking.
the-
I am
The
talking.
video is there.
It
My
is
wedding.
not- listen, this issue should not be about a big wedding or a small wedding. We are not here to define what a big wedding is or what a small wedding is. We are here
that's
to talk
what I'm here
about.
to define.
Hello. We are here to talk about what a proper wedding is.
Oh.
Wait,
There's a
but-
difference between a big wedding and a small wedding. But regardless of what they are, what should be in perspective is what is a proper wedding.
Oh.
Now, let me tell you what a proper wedding is. A proper wedding is a situation where the most important people in your life you desire to attend are in attendance, pleasuring them the way you plan to,
Okay.
big or small. Making them as comfortable as you can afford. That's a proper wedding.
Oh,
Whether
no.
big
Do
or small.
not say that's a proper
I
wedding.
am talking. I am
Okay.
talking.
I'm trying to understand.
Because I'm
Yeah,
confused.
yeah.
You can't call this proper wedding.
Can I,
Let
if
me
you are
learn,
confused, can you
Can
be
you-
humble enough to listen?
That's why I'm listening in
So,
confusion.
Listen with
Kelly?
humility.
Okay.
I'm too humble to
A
be confused.
proper wedding is a situation where the most important people in your life you desire to be there are present. Treating them the way you prefer the most they should be treated in a way that you are happy and fulfilled.
It can be big
That
or
is a
small,
proper
but
wedding.
As long as your
The
guests are
bigness
comfortable.
or smallness is for the rest of the world to define.
Okay.
A proper wedding is a situation where the most important people in your life attend and then you take care of them the way that you best believe they should be treated.
Okay.
Period. That's
Okay.
one. Secondly, we need to understand that you do not do things for people, you do things for yourself.
It's
Now,
not true.
what is yourself? Yourself is comprising of you and everybody who is aligned with your value system.
Yeah.
Anyone who doesn't align with your value system is outside your circle. And so if you do something to please those people, it's literally at
And you
your
can
loss,
also disappoint
whether you
people
can
who know
afford
how
it or
you
not.
are and you give
I
them
am
wrong
still
things.
talking. What
You
you
can
need to
disappoint them.
understand, therefore, is this. You
know,
have
we have
no
expectation
right
for you.
to choose your father or your mother. But you have every right to choose your father-in-law or your mother-in-law.
Yeah.
So when I'm marrying you, you and I need to ask ourselves what we see of the future ahead.
Oh my God.
And I would agree to marry you if your value systems and your family's value system suit mine.
Okay.
Hello.
So if that is sorted, there won't be an issue of your family wants a bigger wedding and I don't want a
No,
bigger
but-
wedding.
but there will
As
always be
long
differences.
as as long as those differences align with you and I first, before our parents even get to know
Bella,
we're in love,
Bella.
then let's go.
But you can
Bella.
still love and never agree on certain.
No,
Bella,
no, no, no. The
Bella.
love is
Hold on,
different.
Counselor, he's landing.
The
He will
love
not
is
land,
di-
oh, this guy.
Excuse me.
He's landing.
The love is
Unless
different,
I deflate
but
you,
the
he can't
understanding
land.
is different too. So yes, we are in love. What do we want before our parents begin to come
I
in?
want a big wedding. You want a small wedding. We have to compromise.
We would have to. So the compromise, the choice of how the wedding turns out, depends on the two people involved. based on the backgrounds they have.
Okay.
Before the issue even gets to their parents.
Okay.
So my parents are not going to decide what wedding I want, except my spouse and I have talked about what we foresee could happen.
Okay.
So I want a small wedding. You want a big wedding. Your parents want a big wedding. My parents want a small wedding. You and I would have to talk about it. What are the things that we need to put in place even before they get to know, so that you're happy and I'm happy?
Okay,
that's all I'm saying.
You see, when they say my father, my mother, they determine. Now pastors are even determining size of weddings.
I didn't mention the pastor
because you are afraid to tell them. But now pastors are more powerful than
afraid to tell
father.
Pastors getting involved.
Some of them give you. Can I finish right now? Tell this man I'm giving him opportunity. Can you sleep while I talk? Listen carefully. You see, now pastors themselves are even determining the size of weddings and how it should run. More than even families.
That's if they have a close relationship.
It's not close relation. It has become a standard for the churches they run.
I see.
Just to put fear and panic in the people to follow them for the rest of their life. Even some can tell you that if you don't marry here, I won't bless your marriage. Even some will tell you that if the marriage is not in this format, I won't bless the marriage.
Yeah, but
so you have a right to marry there or not.
Where should the wedding take place? In the church?
In the first,
no.
Watch it here. Watch it here. What's wrong?
Anywhere the blessing of God rests upon the couple involved.
The question,
regardless of the location, there are weddings at the beach.
No, define what you said.
There are certain locations.
You see, just what you said.
What is wrong with getting married at the beach?
It's wrong.
What is wrong with
so learn it. Oh, Kasemonimo. Oh, why?
True.
So watch it here.
Compulsorily a church.
No, so hold on.
It's the fact that everywhere is every other place hold on and
learn
allowed doesn't mean that the church
cap
alone is the place where we can get married.
The cap 127. Listen, you see why I don't give you chance to talk. The cap 127.
You don't give me chance to talk.
No, they tell me to cool down for you, but I think the cap 1. No, thank you. So the cap 1, yes, the cap 127 says that the person doing the marriage, one, must be gazetted.
Okay.
The premises must be gazetted. And when I tell you the things you go through to gazette your premises for marriage, AMA comes, fire comes, internal revenue will come, before a registered general will come. So there are so many things you do for the place to be gazetted.
Okay.
Now, when you are transferring the gazetted document from the place to a park, it's not. So most people who go to the park, they sign and go with already signed certificate to the park.
Yeah.
This is the trick. So while the thing is happening at the forecourt of a particular park or whatever a place that is not gazetted, they have already signed a document.
I see.
I queried the marriage that was not concerning me that was done at 6 p.m. In one place in Ghana. I followed it. And when I followed it before the truth came up that they only came to deceive the people sitting there, including the pastor who came to talk. They have already gone to do the thing because they know it was illegal.
To do it at the venue.
Yes, because so we are doing a garden wedding. All of you want to have a garden wedding. You can have a garden reception.
But not a garden
But
wedding.
per the ordinance cap 127, these are the things that you need. You cannot, you can't, even a traditional marriage. Are you aware that the only place that marriage can be contracted under the customary marriage, it is you, your father's side. So there are laws that they came to meet and they enacted from 84 to 85, they enacted the laws according to our customary right. So when people say that I want to have a garden wedding, you can have a garden reception, but not a garden wedding. Now, the church, if the church is gazetted, my place, the church is the only one gazetted within the area. So all other churches around use our register.
Oh.
So watch it here. Okay. So there's a church in a school, in a classroom. They can't marry in a place. So because I have the register,
when you say you have, you mean the church?
The church has a register. I'm gazetted. They have now been given the permission within a particular, is it 120 or something meters, I've forgotten, that you can go to that radius to go and perform the marriage and it should be signed there.
Okay.
After you sign your reception, mind you, reception is not part of the laws that governs the ordinance marriage.
So you can get married without a reception to save costs?
No, it's not saving cost. The word is cloud of witnesses. The law permits that the cloud of witnesses should have things that show that they witness it.
That's just to sign.
No, not those who, I mean, I came to your wedding. So I have come to spend time with you.
Yeah.
Breaking bread together is part of what shows that I came. So if you say,
feed you.
It's not feeding. I came, so what do you give to me?
Yeah.
And reception is not you who started and you are going to stop it. If you are poor, All right. And poor people are those who have weddings without reception.
No.
I'm
not
telling you.
necessarily.
I am telling you.
If I'm a modest person and
No,
I
there's
really
nothing
don't
called
feel
modesty
like
when no,
spending-
there is a standard which is an SOP for marriage. So you can't tell me I'm modest. So I'm using two metals twisted together as a ring because I'm modest. Can you do that? No.
Okay.
You understand? So there's nothing called modesty in the thing. When you have, spend. So I'm saying that in the first place, monkeys play by sizes. I am begging poor people, all right, to make sure they marry within their level. Rich people should not marry the poor. They will destroy their families.
What kind of wedding did you have?
If you see it in my time of getting married, you think that I'm breaking protocol. I'll bring you my video to play on TV3.
Is it not on YouTube?
And you check the year. No.
I want us to find it on
No,
YouTube.
my wedding is not on YouTube. You have just reminded me. If I put
Why?
it.
Because it wasn't
No.
a big wedding, so
No.
you shy to post it.
Unfortunately, all the people who came, the celebrities that came.
Celebrities were at your wedding.
Oh, yes. I'm a celebrated person.
If you can hear them laughing at you somewhere, you understand.
People are
what
laughing.
Oh, you can't hear them laughing in the street.
But if you should marry and you have key personalities, I don't want to mention the name, you think
You
it's a joke.
don't need key personalities at your wedding.
Oh no, no man
That's
can remember.
why
They're
I
friends
said
of yours.
It's not about
Bella,
a big
if-
wedding
Bella,
or a small
Bella,
wedding.
if you are
What
getting married
is most
today,
important is a
Bella,
proper wedding.
Bella, if you
proper
play your
wedding
cards
to
well,
you?
Bella,
A
if you play your
proper
cards
wedding
well,
is about
and you are
who
getting married
attended,
properly.
who you wanted to attend,
Bella,
and
if
how you
you-
want to take care of them.
Bella, if you,
What are you saying?
if you play your cards where you're getting married, there are some people that we least expect them to officiate weddings. They will come. One of the persons that came to officiate the wedding at a place I was shocked was one of the big bishops in the country. He came to a particular wedding ceremony, and I was like, what? Then the relationship and the connection. And when such people are coming to an event, there is an arrangement and protocol that must be followed. So if Dangote makes a mistake to come to my second marriage, the environment will change.
You have to up your game.
Hey!
Dangote.
Because what I did, there was no Dangote in the list. You know me? Actually, I've told you that I don't befriend poor people. I only help the poor.
I see.
No, my friends are not poor people. I help poor people. But I... Oh, sorry. Which mortuary is he now? No. Hold on for me 5 minutes. They are calling a funeral home and they are ordering an ambulance ahead to come for the body. So befriend the rich. And such people, when having weddings and you give them invitation card, they don't ask you that when, whatever. They look at the invitation card and say, can I provide you 40 cartons of wine, 20 cartons of water? These are the people, Bella, you are not married. Befriend people like this. Don't befriend people that, hey, cafe gidigiro na bon sambani. Cafe na ye bagbona. If you do a big wedding, they take your womb, you don't have children again. Hey, Bella, if you marry a rich man, because she's the only single person here. If you marry a rich man, the love will come.
Listen to me.
Bella, don't marry love, marry money. Let us attend your wedding and have symbols of marriage.
Don't marry love, marry money.
Okay.
That is what you are now saying.
Only fools marry love. Marry money.
The young man in your studio doesn't know what he's talking about. He's reciting a fairy tale. Nana Yao.
Wow.
I guess he's referring to Kelly Daniels.
I'm happy to be a young man.
Please, it's not a young man.
Understand what you're talking about.
Don't make him a young man.
Wait. Should
The
we
old
be
man
more
in the
concerned
studio. What is
about
that?
Life after marriage. Shouldn't that be
My
where you
point.
should focus
And so
on?
when
You
I
see,
talk like that,
Bella,
they say I don't know
So
what I'm
that-
talking about.
What's the point?
Listen
People
to
have
me.
had lavish
Bella,
listen
weddings
to me.
Bella,
and they
listen to me.
divorced
It's not
after
true.
2 weeks.
Bella, the reason why
2
they're divorcing,
months.
you know that this girl, where this woman is married now, the witch, Chewa Beye. Chewa, the one who
So that one is a witch.
45 minutes wedding.
You mean the actress?
You know the actress, Chewa,
Yeah,
the one who
I
had Chewa.
just saw that she got married.
She's been married again to another man in Abrochi.
Yeah.
So why do you fear divorce? If you do a lavish wedding today, Bella, and it collapse, we are happy with it. It's a record.
So you shouldn't worry about divorce. I see.
Put
Good
on.
morning.
Read the
Please,
thing,
I
let
want
me
to
know
ask
what
Councillor
to say.
Lutterodt, which one is he choosing now, big or small? Well, he says big.
Hey.
Bella, are we talking about wedding reception or just a wedding? They are not the same. If I have 40 to 50,000 to spend on a reception, I'd rather spend 10 to 15,000, which is possible by proper planning. Charlie, I don't think so.
No, this is poverty mentality. Oh, here for
Buy
again.
an average car for my wife. No need to stress to achieve early.
People give car after lavish wedding
Many billionaires even do have small garden weddings, and they are cool. John, Chris,
because they don't have friends.
They don't have small garden weddings.
They are chairs. Go and see chairs.
Explain to you.
Where?
Sometimes it might be small, but the cost involved
The deco alone.
is still huge.
Deco alone.
I think that your wedding should not be big, neither should it be small, because it involves two families. However, the couple should spend within their means and do something which is economical. please let your guests stop interrupting each other because we can't hear when they do that.
So we are sorry we've stopped by their missed calls.
The woman should make a complaint to the police for the man to give 10 sensible reasons why he has money but wants to do that small wedding. If he can't, then they should do it now or else.
Police are
Sickness from Fosukrom. Okay. Weddings was a foreign culture and we have adopted it. The wedding should be done according to earnings. Don't go in for a wedding that will leave you in a state of debt in your whole lifetime. To me personally, I don't see anything wrong with doing a big wedding once the resources are available. But if the resources are not there, then I don't see the need. But I think small weddings is enough because I want to buy a baby walker for my kids. Oh, but you can still buy a baby walker.
You see, so these are the poverty mentality. People want to see after wedding what we will eat. But I'm saying that Bella, I've seen people, rich people.
There's no big.
Final words.
You know something?
Okay,
go,
final words.
We will have.
I don't even have time to allow them to speak.
I would have go on
mention
Kelly
your
Daniels'
pages
office
so
on Instagram. We would have a live session after now. Kelly Daniels' office. Go there. Let me let you know what a proper wedding is.
Okay.
A proper wedding. I'm going to explain to you so that you don't know. I mean, the difference between a big wedding and a small. What we need to know is what is proper to be done. Kelly Daniels' office on Instagram. Follow me now. My WhatsApp number is 055-313-5074. That's 055-313-5074. But basically, go to Instagram now on Kelly Daniels' office. Let's discuss this immediately after the show. And let's have an idea of what a proper wedding should be. Because big or small, God's not going to ask you that. What's important is, did you do the right thing? Pleasing to God and your conscience. Certainly, your conscience has to be connected to God. So please go, Kelly Daniels' office on Instagram.
All right,
God bless you.
Can you please
Well, the most important thing in life is that God is not interested in your marriage, actually. He's interested in your Christian life. So anybody who lies to you that marry and please God, God doesn't even attend your marriage at all. He comes to the reception. So
God blesses.
no, he doesn't. It's family that blesses. No pastor has power to bless any marriage. The first thing is that the legal rights you should follow. And
What
so
are you
God
talking
has
about?
to come on any platform
What
to
are you
bless
saying?
anybody.
He's
You
just
understand?
giving his-
So if you
his
want to have a
what
big, if you want to have a
does
big
it mean? You don't allow these guys
reception,
to-
Kelly, please.
most of you are thinking that when you become a good Christian, you get a good wife. It's a lie.
Counselor,
I
can
mean,
you drop
God
your
in His
contact?
yes, I'm dropping it for them. Those of you who want to have a big reception, it's not big wedding, it's a big reception. Write this number down: 0277. Don't rush. Write it slowly because I know you want to prove that you are rich. 0277 609 644. The same way information goes to all of you. The Counselor Lutterodt fan club is on the way. 6th of March we are launching it. Just send what you do in the place. 77 609 644. My sister, if you are old enough to marry, get more money like
My
Bella.
time is up.
The wedding for Bella.
Miss
About
G.
fake baby in Ghana.
Miss G is coming up with
No
same
one.
menu. Some
Where?
people make pressure.
What do you call pressure? Bring a better man home.
Oh, there's choice over.
What is pressure? Bring a better man home.
Pressure.
You carry this body and bring just anything.
Young man.
No, once you are single, Bella, what car are you driving now that you are single? The car you are driving alone tells us what you have to bring home. What you are driving now tells us you are driving Jaguar this moment of your life. And you are Canto young man in the name of the Lord. Cafe boo. Oh, have a future. Any guy, anybody who marries a future, if you marry future, you don't have sense. No. How do you think about marrying future? You can marry future. Marry the present because
Hello,
wait, hold on. You're coming on my channel. Enter well.
misinforming
Enter.
Money now and 5 years later,
What?
go broke.
Come again. When I married my wife, I was driving a BMW, and when I married her, I bought her the first. No. Go and ask Mechanical Roy.
It's not true.
Once it's not true to you, the records are there to prove. You understand what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, marriage is not a starting point. Marriage is a continuation point. Ladies and gentlemen, marry money. Marry money. Marry money. And the love will come. The reception of your marriage is very important to us. Whatever you don't understand, 0277
You can afford
609 644 0277 609 644. The church has no right over your marriage to the church's marriage, but rather I'm pleading with you, do a wedding that when you see your pictures you won't cry. Invite big people to your wedding and they are gifting alone. Good setup. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you. 0277 609 6. Marry good. Enjoy the best of your life. Big weddings doesn't collapse. Have a big wedding for your life, and you enjoy after. Congratulations. Bye.